Imagine a future shaped by the bold ideas of today's children and youth. A world where hope drives action. Welcome to Generation Hope Goals, Actions for the SDGs. The initiative igniting a new wave of climate innovation across Asia and the Pacific. This inspirational event will showcase 5 innovative children and youth-led solutions to select an accelerated funds winner and will be taking place on day 2 of the 12th Asia-Pacific Forum on Sustainable Development on February 26, 2025. Together, we are advancing science-based, inclusive solutions to tackle the region's greatest challenges. Meet the top 5 teams shaping the region's future. From Thailand, Care for Coral is reviving marine ecosystems and protecting coastal communities. Meanwhile, Ecology Bangladesh is replacing harmful plastics with edible cutlery that saves marine life. Eco-sentinels, also from Bangladesh, are transforming salt-damaged lands into thriving farms. In Pakistan, EcoStock empowers women with solar cooking solutions, reducing deforestation and health risks. And finally, in Malaysia, the Tzu Chi Collegiate Youth Association is inspiring a shift to plant-based diets to protect our planet. These young leaders are more than contestants. They're change makers whose impactful solutions can address SDGs like climate action, gender equity, and sustainable economies at scale. Be part of the action by shaping tomorrow today. Join us online or on site at the 12th APFSD and support these bold solutions and chart the path to a sustainable future. Register now at bit.ly/GenHopeRegister.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the final pitching session for Generation Hope Goals, Actions for the SDGs. We are thrilled to have you here today, both at the UNCC and to our online audience. My name is Kana Jongudom-suk, and I will be your host for this exciting event. Today's event is a collaborative initiative co-led by Save the Children, the United Nations Economic and Social Commission for Asia and the Pacific, the United Nations Development Program, the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change Regional Collaboration Center for Asia and the Pacific, the Youth Empowerment in Climate Action Platform, and Buddhist Chuji Foundation and Child Fund International. This initiative is engaging young minds and leaders in developing innovative climate action solutions linked to the Sustainable Development Goals under review at the 12th Asia-Pacific Forum on Sustainable Development. From over 236 group applications that were received in September of last year to the selection of our top 15 semi-finalists who made it to online pitching session. And now we are down to our 5 final presenters today. So I will call out them and then so we can give them some recognitions for how far they have come. First, we have Care for Coral. Ecolary Bangladesh. Eco Sentinels. Eco Stove. And Chuji Collegiate Youth Association. Once again, to our final presenter, can you please stand up and receive this overwhelming recognition for being the finalist today? Thank you very much. Now, please take a seat. Thank you very much. All right. Now, to officially kick off our event, may I invite Mr. Jeremy Stoner, Regional Director for Asia at Save the Children International, to give his welcome remark. Please give a big round of applause to Mr. Jeremy Stoner.
Hi, good morning, everybody, and a warm welcome to this Generation Hope Goals event. Esteemed colleagues and Your Excellency, Mrs. Amida, Branda, Hanneke, and colleagues from UNDP and UNFCCC, it's absolutely wonderful to have everybody gathered here today. But most importantly today are our finalists, who have introduced themselves already, and another warm welcome from me. We're very excited to hear about your projects, and this is a great competition, and I've already seen some fantastic work in the introductory video. So we're really thrilled to have you with us and come together today to drive this bold action for children and, frankly, the planet that we all share, this earth that we live on. And Generation Hope Goals builds on the momentum of our shared efforts, bringing partners, young advocates, and decision makers into a dynamic space for collaboration. The role of children in advocacy, policymaking, and decision-making processes has evolved significantly, with an increasing emphasis on their participation as active stakeholders rather than passive beneficiaries. And we've seen huge strides in that respect in recent years. Representing the children's constituency means ensuring that children's voices, rights, and perspectives are meaningfully included in policies, programs, and governance structures at national, regional, and global levels. This event is more than just a conversation. It's also about setting tangible goals, fostering innovation, and ensuring that children's voices are at the heart of climate and development solutions. And we're going to hear a lot about that in just a short while. Out of 236 applications, we are proud to showcase 5 exciting climate solutions that highlight the creativity and leadership of young people, and nobody in this room is going to be disappointed later. So that's something to look forward to and set our sights on. With partners like UNESCAP, UNDP, and UNFCCC, Child Fund, and the Buddhist Tzu Chi Foundation, we are shaping a future where children and youth are not just heard, but empowered to lead. So now's the time to get inspired, take action, and turn hope into lasting change. Thank you very much for your attention, and let's look forward to a fantastic morning. Thank you.
Once again, big round of applause to Mr. Jeremy for those inspiring words. And now I'm even more excited for the presentations. Next, we have our keynote speaker, Ms. Armida Socia Alice Shabana, Under Secretary General of the United Nations and Executive Secretary of the Economic and Social Commission for Asia and the Pacific. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Armida for her opening remarks.
Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to recognize the presence of Jeremy here from Save the Children International, Asia Pacific, and of course, all of you that are here with us in this very important event. If I may start, last year I fondly remember also, this very, very interesting session and initiative, the Youth Climathon, right? Youth Climathon, and I'm not sure whether some of you may also already participated and contributed, in this particular event. That was actually the start, of such initiative in ESCAP during APFSD, engaging more the youth, the younger generation, in important creative initiatives, contributing by the youth, the younger generation, in 1 or 2 areas of SDGs. That was, if I remember correctly, that was the start, that we actively encourage the younger generation. And hence, I'm extremely pleased, that this sort of tradition continues this year also during this APFSD, through this, again, although the name a little bit changes, but I think the spirit and the initiatives still the same, through Generation Hope Goals, actions for the SDGs. And why this is important? For 2 reasons. One is the SDGs itself, right? Again, you can see any reports on SDG for our region. including last week report that we launched, yeah, on SDG progress, which again continue not that optimistic. Yeah, we need really to accelerate in all fronts by everybody. Yeah, whether climate action, whether education, whether health, you name it. Yeah, and hence everybody, right? Including especially the young, the youth and the young generation. Why? Because aside from they are the future for sure, yeah, because they are the one, yeah, that have this creativity, these innovative ideas, which we'll see soon, right? And therefore, again, I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate the 5 finalists. I think all of you are winners, yeah? Although I understand from Jeremy, eventually one we will pick, yeah? one sort of overall winners, but all 5 of you are already winners. Then I would like to recognize Care for Coral. I understand this initiative has to do with coral reefs, preservation and so on. Eco Liri Bangladesh, this one I don't know, the kind of initiatives, yeah, would be interesting to learn more. Eco Sentinels, Eco Stove must be clean cooking initiative, right? And then Sushi Collegiate Youth Association, yeah, just networking of the youth to further the goals, including these good goals, yeah, including SDG. So again, welcome, and once again, congratulate to all of you, especially to the 5 finalists. Yeah, again, all of you are actually the real winners. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Armida, for the insightful speech. Once again, we are reminded of how important today's event and this whole initiative is. Now, it's a great time. We would like to take this opportunity to capture a memorable moment together. So we kindly ask Ms. Armida to stand in front of the rostrum and for a photo opportunity. So we would like to also invite all of our finalists in front and organizers to join her in front for a group photo. And this will be a wonderful way to commemorate the start of our event and celebrate this collaborative spirit of Generation Hope Goals. So may I invite the finalists and also the organizers. Thank you everyone for participating in the photo opportunity. I'm sure it's going to be a memorable one. We hope you capture some wonderful memories. Now, okay, we're going to take another photo, which the winners, I should say, all the winners from today. So may I ask the finalists and the winners for today? Once again, big round of applause to Miss Armida and the finalists. All right. And ladies and gentlemen, now we have a special message from Dr. Felipe Paulier, the Assistant Secretary General for Youth Affairs at the United Nations Youth Office. Unfortunately, Dr. Paulier couldn't join us in person today, but he has prepared a very special video message to share his thoughts and encouragement with all of us in this room. Please turn your attention to the screen as we play the video message from Dr. Felipe Paulier.
Dear friends, my fellow youth, my name is Felipe Paulier, and I'm the United Nations Assistant Secretary General for Youth Affairs, and I lead the newly established United Nations Youth Office. The core focus of our mandate is to ensure that more young people are meaningfully included in decision-making spaces at every level, ensuring that all youth voices and perspectives are heard. Today, there are 1.9 billion young people around the world, with half of the global population under 30 years old. Nearly 90% of them live in developing countries. Yet, despite this reality, young people are still often left out of important policy-making and decision-making processes. When young people are excluded, we lose out on energy and on their ideas. And this is a loss for all the people today and for future generations. Harnessing the full potential of youth is essential to building resilient and inclusive societies. Building on the successful foundation laid by the Pact for the Future in 2025, we must deepen our commitment to ensuring that young people are not merely consulted, but they are co-creators and partners in shaping policies that impact their present and their future. In the Asia-Pacific, youth face unique challenges and opportunities. Climate change, digital transformation, and urbanization are reshaping the region. These challenges are large and complex, but they also present opportunities for young people who have the creativity, the resilience, the innovation, and the entrepreneurial spirit to address these key challenges. However, to unlock the full potential of all young people, we must ensure that they have access to the skills, to the mentorship, and funding to design the networks they need to develop their ideas. Initiatives focus on promoting STEM education, science innovation, and digital entrepreneurship amongst young people also empower them to develop evidence-based solutions. Across the Asia-Pacific, we are seeing young people making an impact on achievement of the SDGs in areas such as health, such as well-being and gender equality. We must work to provide opportunities for young people to come together to work on shared challenges. This is because the most urgent challenges, like climate change and the conservation of the world's oceans, seas, and marine, are shared challenges. Addressing them requires collaboration across borders, across cultures, and across sectors. No single country, organization, or institution can tackle these issues alone. Regional youth forums like this one are crucial because they bring together the best young minds and innovative thinkers from around the region to share ideas and to form partnerships that accelerate the achievements of the Sustainable Development Goals. It also serves as an example for other regions on the criticality to engage young people in the discussions that will affect their present and the future of their communities. Let us seize this moment to highlight that we need to collaborate, that we need to innovate, and we need to work together towards a better future, one where young people are at the forefront of sustainable, inclusive, and evidence-based solutions for the Sustainable Development Goals. Thank you, and I wish you a very productive discussion.
All right, at this point, it is time to introduce our distinguished panel of judges who will be evaluating today's presentations. These outstanding individuals bring a wealth of knowledge and expertise to our event, and we are so honored and very grateful to have them here with us. So may I also request that each of the judges stand up to receive the recognition. First, allow me to introduce Mr. Asif Ibrahim. With over 30 years of experience in the manufacturing and exporting industry, Asif Ibrahim is the Vice Chairman of New Age Group of Industries. He is also a senior member of Executive Council of UNSCAP Sustainable Business Network, ESBN, where his main role is to promote Asia Green Deal for business in the Asia Pacific region. He is also a core committee member of the Citizens Platform for SDGs Bangladesh, a platform with civil society partners nationwide to promote and implement the 2030 SDG goals. Thank you very much. Next, we have Ms. Lisa Grice. Lisa is the Creative Content Director for Lifestyle Asia and Prestige Thailand. As an editor and content strategist with over 10 years of experience, Lisa works closely across brands and platforms in Southeast Asia, aligning media and data analytics with compelling storytelling, a leading voice in lifestyle journalism in Thailand. Lisa also regularly hosts creative writing workshops for university students and marketing agencies in Bangkok. Thank you very much. Next, we have Dr. Nattawikom Pantuwongpakdi, who is a lecturer at Poi Eungpakorn School of Development Studies, Thammasat University, Deputy Director at the SDG Research and Support Program, or SDG MOVE, and a researcher at the Urban Futures and Policy Research Unit. His work focuses on bridging research with policy and practice, engaging with developing communities, policymakers, and private sector stakeholders across Thailand and Southeast Asia to drive sustainable development. Thank you very much, Dr. Nattawikom. And of course, we have Mr. Simon Olsen. Simon Olsen is working with the Asian Development Bank as a Sustainable Development Goals Implementation Specialist. He has almost 2 decades of experience working in environment and sustainability, including policy research, knowledge brokering, and management. Big round of applause to Mr. Simon Olsen. Thank you once again to all the judges today, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's the time we have all been waiting for, the presentations by our incredible finalists who are all the winners today. Each group has put a tremendous amount of effort to arrive at this point, and we can't wait to hear more about their innovative solutions. So here's how it's going to work. Each group's representative will have 5 minutes, and 5 minutes only, to wow us with their presentation. After each presentation, our esteemed judges will share their valuable feedback to the group, and our judges will be evaluating the presentations based on the following criteria. First, alignment to the SDGs accounts for 25%. Business case, which is feasibility and financial viability, for 30%. Compelling case, whether or not the solution is promising and greatly contributes to an immediate issue, for the most part, which is 35%. And last but not least, delivery of the presentation for 10%, for a total of 100%. And based on these scores, the top 3 groups will be determined and will receive the prize money to scale up their solution. The third place will receive $2,000. The second place will receive $3,000, and the first place will receive $5,000. So, are we ready? Let's get ready to be inspired and amazed by the creativity and passion of our finalists. Let's give them the support and energy they need to shine. Are we ready? They are so ready. Are you ready? Yes. Yes, they are very ready. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, may I first welcome the first group of today. Please join me in welcoming the first group, Peiwen of Shuji Collegiate Youth Association. Big round of applause.
Thank you very much, MC, for the introduction. And a very good morning to the esteemed judges, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're as excited as I am, a bit nervous as well. And if I may I know how many of you here are vegetarians today? Can I have a raise of hands? Wow, that's impressive. Okay, second question. May I also know how many of you have attempted to become a vegetarian? Okay, well, count me in, right? To me, eating meat has all the downsides, right? But why are we still attempting for such a diet? Like, as you can see here, a piece of steak emits 15.5 kg of CO2, right? And sad to say, but about 34% lapsed vegans or vegetarians can only maintain the diet for at most 3 months. Sad, right? And majority of them are doing this because of health issues, no other reasons, right? Therefore, today, I would like to introduce the initiative of our team, VeggieGo, a choice different but a sustainable future for you and me. So according to Founalytics, right, there are 3 main reasons why people find it hard to transition to a fully vegetarian diet. Firstly, because of the dissatisfaction of vegan options itself. People have the general perception that meat is much tastier. Chicken, lamb, beef, much tastier than boring vegetables, right? And the second point here we have is access to vegan food options. And third, the cost of vegan options itself, because people have the perception that it's expensive and only for the privileged, not really for the moderate and lower income families, right? But today we would like to focus on accessibility to vegan food options, which bring us to our problem statement for today. How can we leverage existing food delivery platforms to meet the growing demand for sustainable and accessible food options? And we would like to promote vegan options. So today here we are proposing to collaborate with leading food delivery platforms to increase the accessibility of vegetarian food options, right? Ultimately, to solve the root cause of limited accessibility as well as awareness to these kind of food options. So turning to the market landscape, right? The piloting phase, we're targeting Malaysia and subsequently to the neighboring countries such as Thailand, Singapore, and we would like to reach we would like to gain a wider reach in the ASEAN region itself. But you might be thinking, right, why the piloting phase in Malaysia? Why not India, where they have a larger population of vegetarians, right? For Malaysia, it's the 3rd most vegetarian-friendly country in the world, right? As you know, we have 3 ethnics in our country, Malay, Chinese, Indians, which I can say most of the vegetarians are from the Indian community because Hindus, sometimes they practice this kind of diet, which is really good. And secondly, it's because it's my home country. I'm from Malaysia, right? I have extensive connections and existing one to leverage on. And as well as I am familiar with the local landscape, the communities that is able to help me better kickstart and initiate this project. So moving on to our prototype for today. It's an app, right? Very boring, right? It's just like any food delivery app you can see from your phone. You open Grab, it's something similar, right? We have the pop-up prompts, we have the home page, we have the function, we have an ordering page, info pack, review ratings. Okay, a wow factor here. We have a congratulations prompt if you actually decide to try out a vegan option. But what I would like to bring to your attention is the second interface right here, the VeggieGo home page, right? As you can see, it's packed with a lot of merchants. So basically, the idea of our group is to set up 2 teams. Why 2 teams, right? The first team to focus on business and also app development, right? Because we would need that for back-end development, as well as the second team, which plays a more important role. So this team, what are they going to do? They are going to focus their efforts on hosting or collaborating with as many food fairs, promotional events, community events, to basically get vegetarian merchants on board with our app, right? So why do we want so many vegetarian merchants, right? Because essentially this will be a startup, right? And I don't think large companies are interested in non-mature products like that. But we want to use that amount of vegetarian merchants that we manage to accumulate as a negotiating chip if we decide to initiate partnerships with, let's say, Grab, Shopee Food, Foodpanda, right? So talking about partnerships, right? So as you can see from the screen here, we have a couple of key and potential partners, right? Like you can see Grab Food, Shopee Food, Foodpanda. Why I shortlisted these three is because they are the leading food delivery apps in Malaysia itself. But apart from these partners, our team here is also open to collaborate with any of you today who's interested in joining our journey in contribution to a sustainable and less cruel future. So just a very simple timeline across the 4-year span. The first 2 years, we are going to focus on, as I mentioned earlier, community events, food fairs, where participating vendors must download the app as part of the sign-up process. So that's actually our strategy right here. And also we would like to begin forming early stage partnerships with sustainability-focused organizations. Right, so moving on to the third and fourth year, this is where we do app refinement based on feedback, and we would also like to solidify negotiations. What I mean by this is use the accumulated merchant base that we gathered and go and talk to Grab, Shopee Food, Foodpanda, and see if we can collaborate, if they can have an add-on feature for only vegan food options. So very brief cost breakdown right here.
We're now running out of time to wrap things up.
Okay. So sorry about that. So I'm going to wrap things up quickly, right? Just a brief overview of the costs. So this project is estimated to spend around 50,000 Malaysian ringgit, which is around 10K USD. In simple terms, 30 to 40% will be channeled to building the teams, and 60% will be focused on marketing and also promotional efforts, right? So before I wrap things up, ultimately, we would like to increase accessibility and awareness to vegan options, right, via partnerships with different stakeholders with us today, right, with a focus given to responsible consumption, because based on the SDG report I read about yesterday, for this SDG 12, we are kind of off track, so might as well contribute to it as well, right? So you might be thinking, an app, a partnership with Grab, are they all very far-fetched? I'm skeptical as well, but I don't think so.
Time is up once again. Thank you so much for the presentation.
Can I end it with one last sentence? Yeah, so just one last sentence to wrap things up. Our team is set to make things happen, right, with the bigger goal to mainstream vegetarianism and also dispel outdated stereotypes. So if any of you here are interested in joining our journey, feel free to connect, because I believe we are all here for a better cause, better future. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. All right. Outstanding presentation. I'm deciding to turn vegan today. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please join me to hear some valuable feedback from the judges. So I will invite each judges to give the feedback for 2 minutes each. So first, may I invite Mr. Asif Ibrahim for sharing your feedback on the group presentation.
Thank you very much. I would like to congratulate you for a very innovative idea, using the existing platform that are already there for food delivery. Of course, it's a healthier choice for everybody, because health is also quite important for the population, especially for the youth who are very much into junk food nowadays, and we see the results in increasing obesity. So from that perspective, I think this is a very good and very innovative idea that you have come up with. And your business case is also interesting. Perhaps it would be better if more awareness is created amongst the consumer groups who buy from these apps, and targeting them before a formal launch is done. I think that will help with the business case. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Asif Ibrahim. Once again, big round of applause for the feedback. Next, we have Ms. Lisa Grice. Can you please share some feedback on the group presentation?
Okay. Thank you very much for that, and props for going fast. I'm sure that must have been quite nerve-wracking. Definitely a very interesting idea, and I think your approach is also very interesting when we think about how people are using food delivery apps more and more to order food, especially after COVID, as you mentioned. I do think working with Grab or with Food Panda, food delivery apps, is a very smart way to go. The only challenge that I kind of can identify is that there is a lot of noise in the online space. You would be competing with so much that is going on in that space, especially on food apps. They're trying to target you with so much marketing. So there would have to be some strong marketing efforts, or as was outlined as well, to raise more awareness outside of the app as well.
Thank you so much, Miss Lisa Grimes. All right, now I'm going to act like a mean timer now. I'm going to be the bad guy and probably had to cut you off. So make sure to stay within the time, all right? And once again, outstanding presentation. All right, now for the second group, ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Nafisa of Ecolary.
Before I start my presentation, I'd like to give some sample of my products. And for everyone here, please visit our stall. We have prototypes and products for all of you. So a few years ago, I visited Sundarbans, the largest mangrove forest of the world. This place is supposed to be a sanctuary for all species, a safe haven. But I had to face something rather very disappointing and disheartening. I saw plastic littering all its shores. Plastic wrappers, bottles, cutleries, and whatnot. And that scene, I couldn't get it out of my head. It stayed with me. I knew that something had to change. Plastic pollution contributes to almost 80% of marine pollution. And more than 700 species are at risk to getting extinct because of plastic. In case you didn't know, the world actually produces 353 million tons of plastic every year. Why? Because there is no feasible alternative for us. To solve this burning issue, this huge problem, we have to start from somewhere. Presenting Ecolary, eco-friendly edible cutlery, the cup you can eat. So imagine you are having your food, and after that, you don't have to discard your spoon anymore. You can simply eat it. No waste, no guilt. You can just eat your spoon, and that's why our tagline is eat, read, and forget, because you don't have to think about the aftermath. Now, sustainability has always been at heart of Ecolary. So we are aligning with SDG 8, 13, 14, 15, and finally 17. So we are promoting green jobs, and that's how we are improving the marginalized community lifestyle. And then we are working for both marine preservation and also ecosystem protection. And finally, we definitely believe in partnerships. We believe that partnerships work most when like-minded people work together, and change makers. So these are the unique features. Let's discuss this. Our product has a long shelf life of 6 months. And then our product is biodegradable, so is our packaging. And we can make the cups in any flavor you want. Tell us your favorite flavor. It could be strawberry, it could be chocolate, or it could be anything else. We can get it made for you. And then, if you are counting your calories, it starts from only 56. We have 4 flavors right now. Those are vanilla, chocolate, elachi, and the basic flavor. So, coming to our pricing, our currently B2B pricing is 6 to 9 cents, depending on the minimum order quantity, and the B2C price is 12 cents. And these vegan cups can hold your hot or cold beverage for up to 45 minutes. These are the partners that have worked with us all this time and helped us establish our business. And the best part of the business, people are actually embracing this change. And that's why we have been successful to sell 762 orders and generated a revenue of more than $3,500 in just 3 quarters. Now, we are not here just to sell the product, right? We need to change an impact. We need to make sustainability accessible for everyone. That's why this is our approach. First, we'll introduce sustainable solutions, and then we will empower individuals and also businesses to adapt to these ideas. And finally, we will inspire people to make sustainable choices. And especially, we'll spread awareness among the ones who are climate vulnerable people. So, our vision is to create a zero-waste community. And edible cups, these are just our first product. We want to create a brand, a sustainable community by expanding into a full-line eco-friendly, biodegradable product line. And of course, behind our team, there's a really hardworking team. And if I talk about these individuals, here our CMO Zuhair, she actually promotes our sustainable messages through digital innovation. Tabin optimizes operations. Rakib focuses on top environmental compliance. And then our CEO, she makes all the strategies for our growth. And finally, I, Nafisa, lead the team for sustainable innovation and climate solution. So, Ecoray is not just a product for us. It's our dream, it's our passion. So are you guys ready to join this journey with us? Let's create a world where sustainability is not an option, it's a habit. Let's eat, read, and forget with Ecoray. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Excellent presentation. All right. I'm so excited to eat the spoons and cup
Yes,
one
sis.
day. All right.
One day the date can be today. I have a project for all of you. Please come visit after this session. All of you.
Okay. I will be the first one to
Yes,
go to
yes,
you.
yes,
All
definitely.
right. Thank you so much. Now, can we have some valuable feedback from the judges? First, may I ask Mr. Simon Olsen to share your feedback on the presentation?
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Nafisa, for this whirlwind of a presentation that definitely took us all through your very compelling idea, because it's a very relevant issue that you are tackling. It's a massive problem, we all know, plastic pollution ending up in the oceans, and lots of reports are being published that maybe in the future there will be more plastic than indeed fish in the oceans. So we need to do something, and it's, I'm so happy and touched to see that you and your team are doing something. As you know, there will hopefully also soon be a global agreement on plastic waste.
Yes.
So you are feeding into a momentum that is hopefully growing, and I really applaud you for that. And so hopefully there will be more demand for these types of solutions as you are presenting. And yeah, thank you for sharing this with me. I will definitely take it to eat my lunch. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Next, we have Dr. Nattawikom Pantuongpakdi. May you share some valuable insights?
Thank you. Very interesting presentation and also very interesting product as well. Just like the first commenter, I will be excited to eat your cup as well. I hope it's going to be delicious. Just some comments that I find, obviously it's an amazing presentation, but something that I find, like off. You didn't mention goal number 12, something that might be relevant to your presentation as well. And I didn't see much regarding marketing, but I understand that this is just a very tight, presentation.
Yes,
you
actually
have to
it
think
is.
about something to convince more people,
Yes,
especially
yes.
businesses. Why do we have to adopt that? Because even in my faculty, sometimes I'm trying to encourage people to use edible cups, or I'm sorry, like reusable cup or this kind of thing, and they always say like it's inconvenience, it's like it's expensive or this kind of thing. So it would be great if you can break these stereotypes and trying to convey a message that it's convenient and it's very cheap. And one thing you can do is try to get the comments from the people who have already used the products, especially those who have been using it for a long time, to say how do they benefit from using your products and how much money they have saved, especially the cash, and this would be great. Thank you.
Can I add one line?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, we are also concerned about the pricing points. We know that alternatives are available for sustainable products, but usually the sustainable products are more expensive. So only us, maybe the people who are most aware about the environment or their health, will be sacrificing extra money to go sustainable. So we want to make sustainability accessible for everyone. That's why we are thinking like the cups. I know that the market will not be huge, but we are currently conducting our research so then we can make it from food waste. The price can go a lot lower. And for the marketing, if I have to mention, I also have a huge plan with Save the Children, because you know they work with schools, so they work with kids, and we will have to actually create the mindset among kids so that the next generation, in 5 years, all our products are market ready and all the people are aware. When kids are aware, they can make their parents aware, maybe some of them, and then the next generation can be environmentally aware.
All right, thank you very much. All right, thank you, Dr. Natowikom, and thank you, Nafisa. All right, now the time is up for Ecolary. Excellent presentation. So you can
Thank you so much,
take a seat.
everyone.
All
Please
right.
visit us.
All right. Now, group number 3, who will be presenting. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big hand to Rezwan of Eco Sentinels.
Good morning, everyone. In this cup I have a spoon. So let's do an exercise. Let's imagine that we can grow food and we can do agriculture in this amount of salt. So we are Team Eco Sentinels. We thought this. What if we can grow foods on this saline environment? So, already feeling salty? Because my country is. Lots of farmers in the coastal land lose their agricultural productivity and lose their crops due to salinity intrusion. And the entire country's GDP is based on agriculture, so it's really super important for Bangladesh. And the land area we are dealing with, it's slightly bigger than Denmark for the salinity intrusion that is happening or taking place in Bangladesh. And more than 1/3 of this entire land that has gone totally infertile due to salinity intrusion. So, as you can see in the study side, that there are lots of empty spaces. Those are all infertile barren lands. We worked in a island union in the coastal cities of Bangladesh, Khulna. So there has been seen that the rise of socioeconomic vulnerability as well. This is where Team Eco Sentinels come in. So what we offer, we did what the indigenous people were doing there, the floating bed agriculture, but we modified it to a certain extent with some scientific backings, as well as we used some materials and we improved the structure. In traditional method, the structure only lasts about 6 months. In our method, the structure lasts up to 15 years. So one-time investment, 15 years of service. Also, the materials like soil, the activated carbon, cocoa peat, and the biofertilizers, they contribute to this desalination process as well. And our main weapon, they are halophytes, salt-loving plants. So they have a habit of uptaking the salt, and the plants, they consume locally as vegetables, and they have medicinal values as well. So we are using nature's ability to tackle the natural problem. And as you can see, the people of the coastal areas, they're really tired, more than 62% severity. They feel that we have done some brilliant ground research work where the people showed and they expressed their emotions that they're really tired. And when we talked about our innovation, they are really searching for some alternatives that they can access. And we got more than 70% acceptance out of 200 people that we surveyed on that particular study site. So apart from the financial projections, we estimate that we have a potential of generating $6,000 per year and where we will sell our innovative bed media, which will only take in a traditional floating bed agriculture 20 feet by 5 feet, approximately this size. So it will take only 6 to 7 bags, where the bags will generate the revenue per unit up to 34%. So what are the impacts that we're going to create from this project? We believe that from this project, we will ensure the innovation and the food security, which is very important for the coastal people because they are hardly getting any food security right now. And as a result, we are what I believe is we are ensuring the food security to SDG 2, zero hunger, as well as the climate action. We will be doing some capacity building and awareness programs as well as we have been already doing. And as you can see, as the innovation and the income that you're going to get, in our model, you are going to get more than 30% more crop yield. And not only vegetables, the traditional method only can offer you vegetables, but in our floating agricultural bed, it can offer you staple crops. So as a result, you can also be socioeconomic, you can also see the socioeconomic empowerment of there, and as well as this is a nature-based approach. So we do not need any kinds of major engineering interventions. So that means we are ensuring environmental sustainability. So with this mission and vision, we have already successfully executed our pilot project back in 2023. And recently we have secured more than $4,000 from the government of Bangladesh. And this year, we are planning to scale this idea at least to 5 coastal regions to see how well the scaling goes up, because this is already proven. We have been working on this for 3 years, and we have done tons of research on this, and we are still adapting on this. So this is our prototype, as you can see, and we are Team Eco Sentinels, inspired by nature, driven by innovation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rezwan. Now it is time to hear some valuable feedback from the judges. So may I first ask Mr. Asif Ibrahim to share some thoughts on the presentation.
Thank you. It's a very important topic, salinity. It's certainly a very big issue in terms of agro-crop production of the country and with such a huge population like Bangladesh. Regarding your presentation, my comment is that although you had a very limited time, I personally wanted to see more of the product that you're pitching, the solution. Perhaps you could have spent a minute or more on that. You talked about the other aspects of the problem and that, but the real solution, you just said about 20 feet by something you said, but we wanted to see it on the screen. Okay. Apart from that, a very good idea, a brilliant idea, and congratulations for coming up with this. Thank you.
Now, may I ask the second judge to share his thoughts, Mr. Simon Olsen.
Yes, I mean, similar to what the previous judge just explained, I could see that it is a very important issue. Food security is really fundamental. I think if you don't have food to eat, it's very difficult to consider any other important challenges, whether they relate to the environment or health or whatnot. So it is a very compelling case that you have presented very effectively to us within very short time. But similarly, I would have also liked to see one slide with some more images or explanation of how this design actually works practically. So if you could add that, that would certainly strengthen your case that is already very strong. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
One thing is that I have this model prototype here that I have made out of some cardboards. So I can give you that and you can just set the 3D model that I have showed in the slide. Would that be okay?
Maybe after? Is it?
Okay.
Okay.
Should I? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yes. So this is just a prototype that my team made. And this is layer by layer. These are the halophytes that I was talking about that love salt. They uptake naturally, and these are the staple crops. And this is where our innovation, these 2 layers is our innovation, and rest of them is the traditional method. But the infrastructure, the frame, that we seasoned it with certain nature-based approach that it can last up to 15 years. So it will not decompose and it will not break down. Yes, this is flood resilient and salinity resilient. This method is already done by the local community, and that was flood resistant but not salinity resistant, and we have made it salinity resistant. Thank you. So should I take it? Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Eco Sentinels, great job. Now, let's get heated because we are now welcoming the next group. Please join me to give a warm welcome to Maliha of Eco Stove.
Right. Hello, everyone. I hope you all are doing great. Right. Before we start, let me ask you something real quick, and you can just raise your hands. How many of you here had an easy breakfast today? Eggs, tea, maybe a slice of toast? Well, now I want you all to imagine this. Fatima, a rural woman from a rural village in Pakistan, every day she gathers wood to cook for her entire family, but during the process, she's exposed to the thick, toxic smoke coming out of the firewood, leading to skin burns and chronic respiratory diseases. But not only this, it also endangers the environment through deforestation. But what if it could be changed? What if there was a solution where the cooking could be more easier and there would be no harm while cooking? And that is exactly where EcoStove jumps in. EcoStove is Pakistan's first solar-powered startup aiming to make cooking more efficient and sustainable for all these rural women in Pakistan. How does our solution work? Well, first, we offer solar-powered stove to all these rural women on installment basis. Second of all, our leasing strategy, where we lease these stoves to women on rental basis, and they further rent this out to other women. And lastly, our community kitchen program, a platform where all these women come together, cook together, and share resources. And that is our EcoStove right there. It's basically connected to a solar panel. Our impact so far is that we are working on women's right for a healthier and safer environment to cook, hence working on good health and well-being, and also clean and affordable energy. We're also working on climate change by curbing deforestation, hence working on climate action. And lastly, we're also working on educating the rural communities. So since our inception, we have sold around 80 plus units with a gross profit of 0.1 million and with a revenue of 0.1 million and a gross profit of 52%. Now, 70% of our sales contribute toward the lease sales, while 30% of our sales come towards the direct sales. Right, our mission doesn't just stop here. We're also working on expanding our idea to 5 more villages within the next year. And we're also working on our community training program, where we are educating these women on how to use these stoves efficiently and also the maintenance of these stoves. And lastly, we're also working on launching our cloud kitchen system, which is a platform for all these women to start their own cooking businesses and generate income for their families as well. And lastly, this is our amazing team, the amazing team behind the idea, and Maliha, Shuaib, Manahil, and let me tell you something, we did not come up together by chance. We actually share the same background, and we've all experienced our mothers, our grandmothers cook in this environment and being exposed to the smoke just because they did not have a safer option to cook in. Right, so no more painful suffering. Join us in making the lives of women more easier and lives of millions of women across all over the Pakistan more easier with affordable and cleaner cooking method. Lastly, I would like to share this one note as well. The story of Fatima that I started my pitch with, it's not a random made-up story. It's actually the story of my own aunt, who I have witnessed my whole life, but no more. So from the sun to the kitchen, EcoStove is on a sustainable mission, making lives easier, one stove at a time, one meal at a time. Thank you so much.
Very nice. Thank you for sharing your personal story and experience with this problem as well. Now, may I ask the judges, starting with Miss Lisa Grice, to share some valuable feedback to the group.
Thank you so much for your presentation. I definitely think this was a really interesting topic or issue that you picked out. I think it's very interesting to touch on food culture and the impact, the way that not only we consume our food, but how we make our food can impact our health and have far-reaching effects into education and the climate as well. I really enjoyed your solution. I like the idea of the community aspect, the cloud kitchens. I thought that was a great way to expand the reach and to educate people more about the harmfulness of cooking with these wooden stoves. However, one kind of challenge is also, this is, I assume, a way people have been cooking for generations. So getting people to change these kinds of habits is a little bit of a challenge,
Yes,
right?
it could be a challenge, but it's much more safer. Plus, it's much more affordable as well. It's a one-time investment, and then for the rest of your life, you don't have to cut down trees. No exhaustion on like collecting the wood. So it's a safer and a easier option for them. So
Yes, absolutely. So I think just educating people more about this is going to be very helpful for this project.
Thank you very much, Ms. Lisa Grice. Now, may I ask Dr. Nattawikom to share your thoughts on the project and solution?
Thank you so much. And great presentation, very amazing, and also something that I know is very close to you as well. So you were really passionate about it, and it's show. While Lisa was commenting, I was actually talking to Ibrahim that we didn't see much of the, like in action. You brought it. Okay.
So we could not bring the solar stove, obviously, it's attached to the solar panel. But yeah, it's a whole setup, right? Shuaib, if you could please. Yes, so it's attached to a solar panel, right? And then it's,
Okay, thank you so much.
yes.
You could have also put it into your presentation
Sure,
as well,
yes, we did. Yeah,
but that's
yeah,
fine,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Because we didn't really see, oh, this is the one, but yes, that's.
So this is powered by solar panel?
Solar panel, yes.
Okay, that's great. And another thing that I would like to comment, it's a great presentation, but one thing, just Lisa already mentioned that you know how to change behavior. One thing that I don't see much from your presentation is the business case, like who is sponsoring, how much money and everything. And, because if the ladies have to use this, not everybody will get it for free. They will have to buy it, you know what I mean, right? People in rural area buying such a thing might cost a lot of money. So
Yes.
we would like to hear more, like.
Yes, so I already mentioned in my presentation that it would be on installment basis, so it's not much. We are taking money on installment basis, so it's not a lot of financial burden on them. So we are taking that into account as well. Yeah, thank you so much for your feedback.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Once again, big round of applause for EcoStove. It's getting more and more exciting, like another consistent of Shark Tank. And now, may I ask for the last group to present, and this is going to be the most exciting and very well pleasantly surprised. Now, may I ask Pin of Care for Coral on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Care for Coral.
A few months ago, I was standing on the beaches of southern Thailand, taking in the scent of sweet, sizzling roti and music drifting from nearby villages, watching as Phuket's seaside towns breathed alive, shaped by the ocean and its people. But as I stepped closer to the seas, I saw how the coral reefs, which once bloomed in vibrant colors, were now dead. A barren graveyard taking over the ocean floor. Honorable judges, esteemed guests, and fellow finalists. My name is Pin Crucipon, and I am a senior at the International School Bangkok and the co-founder and president of Care for Coral, Thailand's largest coral restoration NGO that has been internationally recognized by magazines such as Forbes, Nature Portfolio Journal, and National Geographic. By 2050, nearly 90% of the coral reefs would have disappeared. But the story I want to share with you today is not just about coral. It's about people. Because in Thailand, coral reefs are not just a beautiful backdrop, but a lifeline. Though they cover less than 1% of the ocean floor, coral reefs provide food, job, and shelter to over a quarter of marine species, forming the very foundation of life above and underwater. For 500 million people, reefs are the difference between sustenance and starvation, stability and displacement. And for the rest of us, they provide 50% of our oxygen that we breathe and shield us from extreme weather events that are intensifying due to climate change. At Care for Coral, we're committed to reversing this devastation. Our mission is clear: to restore coral reefs and empower local communities through education, restoration, and sustainable practices. Our project advances many SDGs, but I'd like to bring your attention to 4. Our project advances SDG 14 by protecting and restoring marine ecosystems, and SDG 13 by strengthening community resilience to climate impacts. Through sustainable tourism and education, we support SDG 12, and by empowering local communities, we foster sustainable development, contributing to SDG 11 by ensuring both economic and environmental resilience within communities through the food, water, and energy nexus. I know the importance of this work because I've seen it transform lives. I've worked with communities that had never even seen coral before, introducing them to the beauty and importance of the ecosystems they live nearby. I have seen firsthand how effective community-driven solutions can be, and so have our supporters we've been involved with, including the Coral Restoration Organization, United Nations, and Stanford University. However, despite this, our #1 problem from the past 4 years has rested on funding. As a 2-person sister team, to scale our impact, we need your support. Currently, our entire project is self-funded, but for many in Thailand, the cost of even interacting with the ecosystems that they rely on is out of reach. For this reason, we will allocate $5,000 towards creating coral scholarships. These coral scholarships will provide essential restoration equipment and educational materials, ensuring that those who depend on the sea become empowered to actively protect it. We've done this before, and we can do this again. We believe hands-on experiences are the most powerful way to create environmental stewards. During the restoration trips that our organization plans, participants don't just learn about conservation, they dive into it. They build artificial reefs, plant coral nurseries, and deploy them underwater. Because when conservation is immersive and engaging, it becomes more than just learning. It becomes a lived experience. Our self-sustaining model will ensure that the younger generation thrives alongside the baby corals they bring to plant underwater. With this grant, you're not just funding a project, you're investing in the lives and the futures of every single person in this room and beyond. This isn't just a one-time initiative. By providing restoration equipment and education, we will empower local communities to take ownership of their ecosystems, creating a self-sustaining cycle of positive reinforcement. A cycle that starts now, in this room, with you all. Without external funding, our progress will unfortunately stagnate, and the climate crisis will only deepen. So join us. Join us in allowing people to thrive alongside the communities they protect, and join us to care for coral. Thank you.
All right, excellent presentation once again, Care for Coral. Now, let's hear from the judges. The first judge that will be sharing their thoughts on your presentation is Mr. Simon Olsen. Please share your thoughts on the presentation.
Yeah, thank you very much for your sharing the Care for Coral initiative, which I think is a really important one, not only because it makes common sense, but also I have myself seen how corals have bleached over time, and it's quite hard to accept, actually. The beauty of the ocean world, becomes devastated in such a way. So I really support your initiative wholeheartedly. If I should say one critical thing, because I hear that coral bleaching has something to do with, ocean acidification and warming and so on. And so how would you ensure that all the effort that you're putting into this to restore the coral, that the coral actually become more resilient to a changing ocean climate? That's some information maybe that would be helpful to also have. All right. Thank you and good luck.
Thank you very much, Mr. Simon Olsen. Big round of applause for the valuable insights. Now, next, may I ask Mr. Asif Ibrahim to share some thoughts?
Thank you. I really appreciate the passion in the presentation. I think your delivery was fantastic. Because you're fighting for a cause, and the enthusiasm, and you spoke from your core of your heart. So that touched me. And the case is also quite compelling in terms of protecting the seas from the erosion of the coral reefs, particularly for a country like Thailand, which is surrounded so much by water, the South China Sea and others, and the beautiful resorts that are there in different parts of Thailand. But the only issue that I have with your presentation is the issue of business case, because how would you scale up your operation? Who would come in and sponsor it and find it? Because as you mentioned, that restoration process can be quite expensive. So that is the only issue that came to my mind regarding your presentation. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. Once again, big round of applause to our judges. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure what an incredible set of presentation. Once again, let's give another big round of applause to all of our amazing group for their hard work. Wow. I'm sure we are blown away. Now, while our judges and organizers are busy tabulating the scores, I'm sure it's probably one of the hardest decisions to make. Let's take a moment to have some fun and to reflect on the inspiring solutions we have seen today. Each group has brought something unique to the table, and it's clear that there's an immense hope for a brighter, more sustainable future with such passionate and innovative young minds leading the way. In the meantime, while we're waiting for the scores to be finalized, we would like to hear some reflections from some members of the organizing team. So may I invite here to the front, Ms. Julia Nicole Braslow, Sustainable Development Officer, United Nations Economic and Social Commission for Asia and the Pacific, and Mr. Taskin Raman, Head of Advocacy and Campaigns for Asia, Save the Children International. May we give big round of applause to both of the organizers.
All right, so that was very inspiring, I have to say. It was wonderful to hear about all these really innovative ideas to problems that you really feel passionate about. And I think one of the things that struck me was one of the judges' comments about, oh, but the behavior change that has to be made. And these are really hard issues. And the world is grappling with how to address the challenges that we've set for ourselves in the SDGs. And you're really finding innovative ways to say, how can we shift the behavior to a direction that we want for our future? So just overall, I'm very impressed in that way. Thank you so much for those.
Thanks. I think the presentations were great. I think it was a lot of preparation. I think a lot of you started the journey early September with the applications. we hope that the information was enough for you and the timing was enough for you guys to present. I think it was super competitive, as people stressed before, 236 applications, all of which were really good. And to be able to come here is an achievement in itself, I think. So congratulations to all of you. I think today we also reflect on the partnership that we had with UNFCCC, Child Fund, Buddhi Suchi Foundation, UN SCAP, and collectively we were, and UNDP, and collectively we were able to kind of pull off an event that was spread across 17 countries in the region. And in a span of only 14 days, we were able to get about 236 applications, about 100,000 plus views of the videos that was shared on Facebook. And if you search Generation Hope Goals on Google, I think it is on the top 3 finds on Google for anywhere in Asia. Wow. So that's great. Yeah, I'll stop there. Juliet, if you want to add.
Yes, that's really amazing. And I think one thing that I was very impressed by was your presentations. So the visuals were great, your passion was evident. Really, there was a lot of thought and preparation put into that. And I think that that helps so much for us to see there's a lot of hope. I mean, that's what this event is about, right? Action and hope. And I was very impressed with really the sell that you were making to try to convince not just the judges, but to convince us to think about different ways to approach the really tricky problems that we're faced with. So thank you for those presentations.
And I would suggest that you kind of take the context of the judges as well. Even if you don't make it to the top 3 now, I think it's not over because it's just the beginning. There are other platforms that UNDP and UNSCAP hosts. The judges themselves are quite influential and may kind of lead you to different avenues later. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily end here. So in the spirit of the APFSD, it's great to have you here, to have your voices here in this UNCC, in this space. So I hope that you can also take advantage of the networks, the people who are in this room, in the conference center, and just keep moving with your ideas and your energy.
May I have like a quick question, because I think it would be beneficial for the audience in this room and also online who are watching this right now to tell us a little bit about the background of this initiative, how it came to life, what goes along the way, what works in the past, and how you're seeing the future of this initiative.
So the executive secretary mentioned that there was a first, what we called Youth Climathon last year at the APFSD, and it was something we wanted to do to really provide a space for youth to have something active, something action-based, something solution-oriented to engage in the forum. And so that's where it started, and this is round 2, and then I'll hand over because the partnership made it go even further and become even bigger.
Actually, I was an audience at the first Climathon that was held in a different room, same space, same month last year. And then I followed up with Juliet and Christian to see if this could be scaled up. But it is, as you can see, it's very time consuming. It's just the final 1 hour, 15 minutes. It's very time consuming. So as a result, we reached out to different partners. We reached out to a lot of partners, but then we were able to work with 5 who kind of brought it to life. So we had a discussion in August, yeah, and then from August we kind of identified what each role could play in this role, and I think the SDG kind of goals came through later, and then that's what was put in as a solution that would be climate, but could address the 5 SDGs under review this year. We hope if things in the greater political space remain as improves, we will hopefully be able to continue more of this.
Perfect. How are you seeing this initiative progressing more and more next year in the 13, 14 APFSD?
Yes, of course. We hope to see it continue and maybe even see if there's some mentorship opportunities from those who participated previously. I mean, there's a lot of ways to iterate and innovate with the event itself. And I know there's a lot of energy and time that's been put in by the organizing teams, by all the participants. You said 200 and some have applied. So there's many people who are engaged, and we hope to leverage that and continue it.
Mr. Tasking, it's all good. Or anything else would you like to add?
I think this is anxious time. Please breathe in. I think the scores are being tabulated. We'll come back very soon.
All right, very exciting. Once again, big round of applause to a representative of our organizers. Thank you so much. All right. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I'm Steve Harvey announcing Miss Universe. So I hope I don't mix any names up. All right. Everyone, the scores are in. We are ready to announce the names of the winners. Oh, exciting. So huge thanks to our judges for their hard work in evaluating the presentation. I know it must be very difficult. We will be awarding certificates to our winners starting from the 5th place and moving up to the 1st place. And each of these groups has demonstrated exceptional creativity and dedication, and we are excited to celebrate you all achievements. And ladies and gentlemen, to help us award the certificate of participation and also the prize of the winners, may I invite the Deputy Executive Secretary, Ms. Lin Young, along with Ms. Soumya Surabhi, Climate Justice and Youth Coordinator, United Nations Development Program, Bangkok Regional Hub, to join us in front. And next, Mr. Tasking Raman, Head of Advocacy and Campaigns for Asia, Save the Children International. Next, Ms. Juliet Nicole Braslow, Sustainable Development Officers, United Nations Economic and Social Commission for Asia and the Pacific. And Ms. Hanneke Aukirk, Regional Director for Asia at Child Fund International. Last but not least, Mr. Sean Tan, Special Assistant to the CEO and Deputy Director of the Global Partnership and Youth Development Department, Buddhist Shuji Foundation. Please give a big round of applause to our organizers. Now, are we ready? Are you ready? I'm ready. Okay. So now let us call on the 5th place first. The 5th place is Shuji Youth Collegiate Association. Big round of applause. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Once again, outstanding presentation. Great job you have done here. Now, to the 4th place is Eco Sentinels. Congratulations, Eco Sentinels. Great job. All right, and the 3rd place goes to dun, 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 Eco Stove. So, for the third place, you will also be receiving 2,000 US dollar as the prize money along with the certificate. Impressive solution. All right, thank you very much. Once again, big round of applause to our third place Eco Stove. Now, Miss Universe moment, all right, to the second place goes to Careful Coral. The second place will also be receiving 3,000 US dollars to scale up their solution. Now let's take a photo of memorable moment. Congratulations. Congratulations, Careful Coral. And last but not least, she already knows she's gonna win this. So please welcome the first place, Eco Larry. So the first place winner will also be receiving 5,000 US dollar. Wow. Congratulations. Eco Larry, a great job, well done. Now may I invite all the winners, you all are the winners of today's event. May I invite the winners and the judges, may we invite all of our judges and finalists to the stage to take a photo together. And may I ask the regional directors in front as well? And you can stay in the middle for best photo opportunity. Congratulations to all the winners and thank to all the judges. Thank you very much. And once again, congratulations to all the winners. Thank you all for being part of this incredible event, and congratulations to all the winners once again. We have seen some truly inspiring presentations and innovative solutions today. Now we have come to the end of our program. It's time for our closing remarks, and we are so honored to have with us Ms. Hanneke Outkirk, Regional Director for Asia at Child Fund International, which will be followed by Ms. Brenda Nung, the Director of Global Partnership and Youth Development at the Buddhist Shiji Foundation. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? We are now wrapping beautifully this event. So may I ask Ms. Hanneke Outkirk and Ms. Brenda onto giving the closing remark. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause.
I love the excitement in the room. And it's good that we all feel this way because it is so important that we have young people that submitted so many ideas, and that we have these 5 finalists that really shows that young people are active and serious change makers when it comes to addressing environmental sustainability. I was really impressed with your presentations, with your commitment, with your passion, and it really showed through. And I'm sure it made an impression on the judges and on everyone in this room. And we all know that building environmental sustainability is important to us. It directly links to the core work that many of us are doing on healthy, educated, skilled, and protected children and youth. And the program today and the sessions to come in the coming days shows our commitment to meaningful child and youth participation. And this program today provided an excellent platform for that. So thanks to everyone who submitted their ideas. Thanks to our finalists, to our winners, but also thanks to our partners to make this happen today. We really joined hands with UN ESCAP, Save the Children, UNFCCC, UNDP, YECAP, and the Tzu Chi Foundation. And I hope this is a start of more to come, as I heard colleagues say as well. So to our finalists, our winners, everyone who made submissions, and all of us working on environmental sustainability, please continue your hugely important and amazing work. Together we can make a bigger impact. Thanks again.
Wow, I feel that I'm back to my younger days, back to 20 years ago. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, esteemed partners and inspiring young leaders, my name is Brenda. I'm representing Buddhist City Foundation. So we conclude that this is a very remarkable event today, and we are very happy and filled with gratitude for all the participants because we have witnessed the incredible potential of our youth and drive positive changes and creating innovative solutions for a sustainable world. So another round of applause for our winners today, to our young, brilliant participants. I really loved everyone's creativity, passion, and commitment to address the climate challenges. And I don't think that we are just leaders of tomorrow. We are all change makers of today. So please remember that the ideas that you have symbolize the power of shaping a better future. So as what we always say in Tzu Chi, go green, be bold. So have a big dream, act boldly, never underestimate yourself. And to our esteemed partners, Save the Children, ESCAP, IGES, Child Fund, ECAP, and UNDP, I think our collaboration today has created this vital platform for our youth voices to be heard and amplified. And looking ahead, we are committed to expand this platform next year and integrate more resources and maintain this space for youth innovation and collaboration. And before we leave this event, I sincerely hope that we can bring this energy and this idea together to support and amplify the youth voices. Last but not least, in this closing, I would like to share with everyone this famous quote from the Three Musketeers: "United we stand, divided we fall." So we hope that all NGOs, CSO, and our UN partners, we can be united and to continue this platform for our young leaders. And last but not least, the token of appreciation that everyone have received, especially the bags, are all made from plastic bottles. The bag the carry bag is about 10 500 mils plastic bottles, and then the carry bag is made from 4 plastic bottles. So even faith-based organizations, we are committed to create a better, healthier lifestyle, and together let us go forward with SDG 17 Global Partnership. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I agree 100% with Ms. Haneker and Ms. Brenda. The most important thing today is the joint collaboration with the youth and also the organizers today to push forward this initiative. And on behalf of the organizing team, thank you so much for joining us in this memorable event today. I hope you still keep the excitement going and have a wonderful and sustainable day. Thank you very much.